Starting a podcast on YouTube. Why would you do that? I mean, this is a video thing. Why would you? I tell you what, you really want to do that. And we're going to go over several of the reasons why, because it really stacks the deck in your favor, especially for your business. So let's go over that next. So by the time this video is over, you're going to understand the number one reason why you want to make sure that your podcast is on YouTube, creating YouTube videos that are your podcast. Number two, we'll give you several top tips on how to achieve this effectively and efficiently. But most importantly, the hidden costs involved in a podcast on YouTube. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Nick Nattarella with AdWise Creative. Been working in audio, post-production, and video for almost 30 years now. And this is why we do this channel, to make sure that you've got this great foundation in starting your business YouTube, podcast, or blog. Let's get things rolling. First of all, starting a podcast on YouTube. Do you really want to do this? Emphatically, yes. As my father would say, yes, 1,000 times yes. This is something that really works to your advantage, especially with your business podcast. Because, let's break this down from the very beginning. Number one, there is the know, like, and trust factor, and you really get to convey that much more in person. Yes, people can hear what you're saying, of course. That's why podcasts are so popular. But there are other factors involved, especially when it comes to the visuals. And stuff like that, you can really judge where people are coming from, their hand gestures, their vocalizations, their movements and stuff like that. You get to see and hear all of that much better on video. Yes, you can have your own interpretations. In fact, back when I was on the radio, one of the most common comments all the time was, gosh, you've got the perfect face for radio. Well, I knew that, but the second most popular comment was them saying, gosh, you don't look anything like I pictured you in my mind. They hear one thing and then their mind's eye sees something else. And that can be a little bit of a shock to the system. But if you put your podcast on YouTube, that's going to cover that, and there will be no shock. There's not going to be that kind of adjustment. And trust me, sometimes it can be very visceral. It's very strange how people interpret this from podcast to actually seeing you. So getting it up front on video can help cut that off from the very beginning. One of the biggest things that you can do is simply because of Google. Google is the number one search engine in the world. If anybody has a question, if anybody's looking for something, they go to Google. Who is the number two search engine in the world? YouTube. This is how I use it. Number one, I do a lot of my own car repairs. I love tinkering around and turning wrenches. So if I've got a problem, let's say I've got the check engine light on and I want to see what it is. I scan it, I find the number. I go to Google and say, what is P0135 in a 2002 Ford Mustang? That's the one I'm working on right now. So once you get that squared away, you'll find what that code means. Then you go to YouTube and find the procedures for fixing it. Now here's where the two really come together. YouTube is owned by Google. That's why their search engine is so good. Leverage those two for your benefit. And what you do there is making sure that you are answering questions that people are already asking. Anytime somebody has a question about something and it gets typed into YouTube or Google is making a note of it. And when you find this pattern again and again and again of this one question in these exact words being asked again and again and again, that becomes the title of your next video. So the next time somebody types it in, guess who pops up? You do. Podcasting is very hard to show up in search results. And the reason being is because when you type something in and all of a sudden the results are there on the screen, Google doesn't take 0.000000023 seconds to listen to a 45-minute podcast episode. It can't. It's going to listen to it all and then, turn it into speech to text. Notice the top things that are your search results are YouTube results. Well, gee, I wonder why that is, because Big Brother is taking care of Little Brother. And number two, blog posts. I mean, actually, the number one thing is blog posts because it's text, because there's keywords involved, there's SEO involved, there's stuff that Google can scan and quote unquote see in just a quick glance of the document. So when you've got those two working for you, the number one search engine, Google, finding your text, and the number two search engine, YouTube, finding your answers to questions that are already being asked, you're in. You are in, and it works so well. And to summarize this entire perspective, yes, you want to put your podcast on YouTube because YouTube wants a piece of that podcast pie. It is doing gangbusters right now, and podcasting is still growing. In the blog world, you've got hundreds of millions of blogs. I want to say it's over 600 million blogs. In the YouTube channel world, it's just over 5 million active channels. So you being found in a blue ocean is really going to happen on YouTube more than it will happen in the blog world. Now, all the stuff that we're covering here, this is what we do here at this channel. Between YouTube channels and podcasting and blogs and radio commercials, that's what we cover here to make sure that you have everything leveraged to the hilt to make your business more successful. So please be sure to subscribe because we're going to cover stuff that you probably didn't even know was coming. So hopefully that'll give you a new perspective. But subscribe, like this one, like this video if it helped you, or if there's something you need me to cover, drop it in the comments down below and I'll be sure to get you a video to cover that. Now, like I said earlier, how do you do this kind of thing? Well, I did mention answering questions they're already asking. Do an SEO search of keywords that you want to be found for. Let's say you are a fitness instructor and you want to know, people are asking about supplements or vitamins. What are the best vitamins for bulking up? I don't know, I'm just making this up. So type that into your search engine and watch the questions that start to propagate. Google starts off pretty well. When you start typing, it drops down and gives you suggestions. Which ones of those are starting to be the questions that you're looking for? Those are the questions that people are typing in and asking. Start your videos by answering those questions. You're focusing on your audience. What is the perspective or the angle that they're coming from? They have questions. Nobody sits up in the middle of the night and goes, oh my gosh, I need to take vitamins for bulking up. Nobody has that idea. Somewhere along the lines, that seed was planted. Now, when they start doing their research, they want to find you. They just don't know who you are. And when you match your SEO up with the questions that they're asking, then they find you. Now, you can get started with this very easily. I told you about some of the hidden expenses that are involved. Here we go. You've got cameras, lighting cables, microphones, microphone cables, all kinds of electronics to get this stuff up and running, not to mention all the stuff that you're going to need in your computer, like editing software, whether it be video or audio for your podcast or your videos, all of that software up and running. There are expenses involved if you want to pay for it. There's also tons and tons of free versions just waiting for you. In fact, I would say when you first get started, don't sink any money into it. Get your channel squared away and get your audience goals squared away. Then start shooting content with your smartphone. Probably already have one. It's in your pocket. It's ready to go. Start setting okay, fine. If you have to buy a tripod to hold the camera. But other than that, you could really get started with a YouTube channel for free. That's the hidden cost, for free. Prop up your camera, start shooting your content. Chances are there's editing software right there on the phone. Or if you want to upload it to your computer, there's probably very basic editing software already uploaded on your computer, whether it's Mac or PC compatible. When it comes to lighting, sun's free. Be sure to put yourself in the right position. You don't want any harsh shadows coming across you. You don't want any sharp shadows, but the softer shadows work very well, like if you're sitting under a tree or something like that. If you have to, all right, spend $10 on a translucent shower curtain and put it in front of the window. You want to kind of diffuse the light a little bit. Or maybe do it on a sunny day, but when the sun's not directly coming in that side of the house. So you've still got the bright light, but it's just not hitting you directly. That's the diffused light. That works to your advantage. That's free. And then again, like I said earlier, you probably have editing software already preloaded on your phone. There are tons of free apps out there. And if you really want to do it on your computer, there's probably something very basic already there, like iMovie or something like that. But then there are also some very powerful free programs out there. They have an upgrade version that you pay for, but the basic version, which is probably going to be more than enough for you, is free. So this is the crazy thing. If you really want to do a podcast, you could do everything for free, but I would not suggest it. You need a good microphone for a podcast and a way to process that audio. So that's going to cost you. Second of all, the podcast hosting is going to be anywhere between $10 to $50 a month, depending on which hosting service you go with and what kind of bells and whistles they have. So you're probably looking at maybe $100 to get started, with 10 to 50 of that being recurring every month. But a YouTube channel, with all the technicalities involved, you could do a YouTube channel for free. Think about that. That still blows my mind every time I think about it. Just to get you started for free, I have a free guide for you for the free video editing software that I talked about. Click the link below, download your copy of the free guide to free software, and that'll get you up and running on your computer. It covers Mac, it covers PC, it covers Linux, all kinds of video editing software that is free no matter what platform you're on. Click the link in the description down below and get your copy right now. I'm Nick Nattarella with AdWise Creative. Thank you for watching.